Good afternoon, folks. It's Auntie Eden here with another little video to help you get the love you desire. Before we get started, I'd like to share a little story about myself. I wasn't always this confident or happy in my life. No, I was not. There was once a time where I sat on my kitchen floor plotting my own demise. Oh, I had a plan all right. I had the notes written and ready to put in the dresser drawer. But I was saved by an angel that day, and that day I became a believer in a power much higher than any human on this earth. This is why I'm here sharing what I know. I don't want anyone there to feel alone in their relationships or their struggles. It breaks my heart to know right this very moment there's a young lady or gentleman out there thinking the very thoughts that I once did. I've been blessed with how me Angus and I have grown together over the years. As different as we are, he's the other half of my heartbeat. Bless his cranky, stubborn soul. Now, I often get letters from folks looking for answers to questions, looking for ways to help them make their relationships better, joyful, more meaningful, and just simply better than they seem to be. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a certified counselor or therapist or anything fancy like that. Just an old auntie who's been through and seen plenty of hard stuff in her lifetime. As you can see by the letter, this young lady seems to have lost her happy somewhere and is having trouble with her Angus. Let's see if we can't help her find it again. What do you say? Are you with me? Lass, if you're listening, let me first tell you how sorry I am to hear your heart is aching so. A hurting heart steals all the joy from life, doesn't it? Don't be too hard on yourself, dearie. Brighter days are coming ahead for you. Let's see if we can't give you a bit of fresh perspective to help shake you out of your sad funk. But first, I have some questions I need to ask you. First off, what were the expectations you had for this relationship going into it? I don't really know any of your backstory or how long you've been dating or if you're married already. So the first thing we need to look at is what expectations did you set for this relationship? Are those expectations realistic? Are they reasonable in the minds of both you and your partner? Are these expectations fair to your partner, taking into consideration his gender and personality differences? Now, what has changed in the relationship to take you from happy to not happy? Were you not happy and content in the beginning? If you can't pinpoint and articulate what has changed, it's rather hard for me to share any great and grand pearl of wisdom that will ease you back into Happy Town. You've got to be able to put into words in order for anyone to help you. Now tell me, what have you already tried to do to bring things back to feeling normal for you? What is normal to you anyway? There may be a gap between what you think normal should be in a relationship and what normal actually can be. We might need to look a little deeper into that another day. The biggest question of all is this: have you shared your concerns, your hurts, your frustrations with your sweetheart? I'm sure he's not an ogre. What were his responses when you tried to share your concerns with him? Now, I'm going to tell you 3 things about relationships that you will want to keep in mind. The relationship can only be new once. I'm going to say that again. The relationship can only be new once. Just like a new movie, it's only over the top exciting the first 1 or 2 times you watch it. After that, you can learn to appreciate the finer details of the movie. such as the filmography, sound quality, location choices, character development, plot line, and all those little hidden details that a person often misses the first time or two when they watch. Now, the dopamine chemical hit your brain gets the first time you experience something new will not be as great with each subsequent exposure you have to the thing or person that has caught your interest. That's just the way it is, lass. If the intense, passionate interest in another person stayed as strong as it is in the very beginning, well, I would never have gone back to work. Me Angus, he liked to keep me very busy in pursuits of deep pleasure, he did. Now I'm all in favour of a good healthy sex life, but not to the extent that it gets me fired from my job or I forget to buy groceries. Another thing to think about, lass, is our vast differences only reveal themselves over time. This is why it is so important not to rush into living together or marriage before you've had enough time to see each other in all manner of situations, both good and bad. You need to learn where your beliefs are, your values, your morals and goals. Do they intersect with his? Or do they veer apart from each other in too many different places? These are things you need to look at. The third thing I'll talk to you about today is you will never be satisfied in any relationship unless you are willing to be honest with yourself and your partner. Yes, vulnerability and honesty is the new sexy. No relationship survives better than when both parties learn how to get fully naked with one another. I'm talking physically naked, emotionally naked, and spiritually naked. If you're not both striving to share everything with each other, then there are some trust issues that need to be sorted out. Now, this is an area I can dive really deeply into another day, but we don't have time today. So we're going to keep moving on, and you come back again later and catch more information in another video, okay? Remember, lass, no matter how hard this figuring out of relationships is, chances are when you are struggling in one, you likely have good support in some of the others. Don't forget your other people. You are not on this island of life alone. There are many others who have been where you are and can share their stories with you. Sometimes the quickest way to get feeling better about our own life situations is to go out and help someone less fortunate. Sometimes that is all it takes to put our own wee problems into perspective. And helping others is often a beautiful gateway to gratitude for all the good we do have in our life. Now, the last thing I'll say to you today, dearie, is this. Curious questions are your friends. Question the motives and intentions and values of that person who looks back from the mirror at you. The best way to spend as much time in Happy Town as we can is when we learn to check in often that we are living our life in alignment with our own values and beliefs. It's when we step away from alignment to our own inner values and beliefs that's when we start to struggle internally, lass. So don't forget to take a look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, are you living in accordance to your values? Well, that's it for me today. I hope you found these words thought-provoking and helpful as you navigate your day. If you're interested in learning more or doing a deeper dive into your unique relationship challenges, feel free to email me and I'll be pleased to connect with you. Take care now, dearie, and we'll chat again very soon.